cannot believe that this finally happened. It took 10 years for it to happen, but it finally did. We got the finale, the last episode ever, of Attack on Titan. Which honestly made me really sad that it's over. I was so happy that we were finally gonna get our finale, but when it ended, I couldn't help but cry. Attack on Titan first started when I was a junior in high school, which is crazy to think about. I mean, 10 years is a long runtime for any anime. And now that I'm a college graduate, I can't believe it. I mean, it's crazy. Like, I didn't really start watching Attack on Titan until the end of season 3 premiered. And actually, I first found out about Attack on Titan through recommendations on YouTube. So, thank you, YouTube, about giving me a recommendation for one of the greatest animes of all time. Arigato YouTube. Yeah, I really like Attack on Titan. I mean, I got the video games of it, I've got some manga of it, I've even got an Attack on Titan mug right here, and which I use to drink my tea while I edit these videos. But just the fact it's over is just mind blown. To go 10 years while watching it. We've gone from Eren Yeager, that small little boy watching his mother being eaten by a Titan, to becoming the greatest asshole of the world that set out to destroy humanity. But the story to it was amazing. And I want to give a quick review of what happened. So let's get into it. The beginning of it is amazing. I mean, it had been a whole year since we saw the ending of part 1 of this finale, so we may have forgotten a little bit of how it ended, and so the ending is where part 2 picks up. I mean, we got Anya Capone flying the plane onto Eren, and then we got the awesome scouts doing the base jump onto Eren while the Beast Titan is throwing those rocks at them. So you got them avoiding the rocks like Levi, Mikasa, Reina, and all the others. They're using their ODM gear and landing on Eren. It is just really cool to see Reina and Pieck transform and Reina take down the Beast Titan for throwing rocks at them. Already, it's not even been 1 minute, and we're in the epicness of the finale. Awesome. What kind of did make me laugh, however, was how ridiculous it was. Like, our man has always been like, yeah, I wouldn't say he's been my least favorite character, but to me, he's never been a full major character until he got the Colossal Titan. You know what I mean? Until then, he's always just been a side character, even though he's part of the main trio with Eren, Mikasa, and Armin. Anyway, when they're all talking like they're never gonna find Eren in this massive bug pile of bones, Armin says that he's going to use the suicide bomb of the Colossal Titan to blow up and hopefully blow Eren out of wherever he's hiding. So, they all leave the body of Eren, and before Armin can actually transform, he gets eaten by a Titan that has been conjured by the child Ymir. So I think it's kind of funny and ridiculous that he has this point where he's gonna be super heroic, and he can, because right away he gets captured. Which is kind of a bummer, but hey, you gotta continue the story from somewhere to make the runtime of the hour 25, which it was. Oh, this is when shit gets crazy. I mean, all the other scouts are seeing Ymir conjuring all these past Titans. Like, we got the Warhammers attacking, we got the Attack Titans attacking, we got the females. All the past Titans are starting to be conjured to fight the scouts. And Pieck is like, Eren was never a friend of mine. I have no problem killing him. So she runs her way past all these scouts, and she has this dynamite in her Titan's mouth, which she wraps around Eren's nape of his Titan form, and she opens up the nape of her own Titan form, and she's about to push down on the trigger to set off the dynamite, but before that, she is impaled by the Warhammer. And, oh, the face she makes, I'm like, what? Are they actually seriously gonna kill Peak right at the beginning? I couldn't believe it. I didn't want her to die at all. Peak was an amazing character. I'm glad she wasn't a side character. But anyways, I'm glad she lived through the whole show because she is amazing. But seeing her get stabbed, I wanted to die because I love Peak. Anyway, once these scouts see that Peak has been stabbed and there's all these Titans that have been conjured by Ymir, they realize that this wasn't Eren's doing to conjure all these Titans, but Ymir is working on them. They seem to have the same goal in destroying humanity, which is something that they're not gonna stand for, and they need to get to the nape of Eren. So that is when these scouts, Rhaina, Mikasa, Connie, Levi, they all decide it's time to kick ass, do what us scouts do best. And it's awesome to see these scouts take him on. Honestly, to see Levi fight the female Titan, a different version where it was fun to see him again, a nice callback to season 1 when he takes on Annie when she's in her Titan form. That was really cool. And it's awesome to see the two Ackermans once again kick ass working together. Very cool. However, it does seem that these Titans Ymir has conjured are very, very much stronger than the other ones the scouts are used to fighting. Because we got this one scene where Mikasa's the last one fighting. I mean, she is zipping through Eren's body with her ODM gear and she's looking around. You got Connie who's hanging unconscious. You got Jean and who's holding on to Rhaina, as Reiner says, just let me go, I can transform. And Jean just says, you're not falling to your death. That's not the way that us scouts perform. We never give up on one another, and we never give up on helping the world. And so, we also got Levi, who, honestly, I pointed out to a friend, I couldn't believe how weak he has gotten, but my friend's like, he didn't think it's that Levi was weak. It was the fact that Levi just didn't give himself time to heal. Which I think it's both 50 and 50 with how hurt Levi was. I mean, the guy's missing 2 fingers and an eye. But I do believe he did lose a lot of his Ackerman abilities from taking the Thunder Spear to the face. But after seeing this, even Levi's coughing up blood, yet before Connie gets chomped by a beast Titan, Levi saves Connie but does get his leg chomped, which is really sad to see. But we got Mikasa who's zipping around saying, I'm never gonna give up, come at me. And the coolest screenshot happens because you get the Wings of Freedom right behind Mikasa. Well, it's Falco that appears, but it looks like Mikasa has wings, which is really cool. This introduction to characters is really cool. I mean, not only do we get what looks like Mikasa has wings, which turns out to be Falco, but it's awesome to see Falco flying through the air finally. I mean, Falco's a giant falcon in his Jaw Titan form, which is awesome. Plus, you got, like, Gavi and Annie that are riding him, which is really cool to see. Like, I personally love Annie in Season 4. Like, she's more caring, she's more willing to work with people than she has through the entire show, which is awesome. Anyway, just to see this introduction of these 3 characters riding a giant Titan and seeing them all working together to fight Eren, it's probably one of the best scenes of the whole episode. However, at this point, we do get a sad moment. I mean, once the other scouts are told by Mikasa that Armin's been captured, Levi just says it's been our plan to help Eren at this point to save him. But with Armin being captured, we need to split up and forget about one of these things. I don't think it's a chance that we can save Eren at this point. And what's sad is all the scouts agree at this point. Connie's like, it's because of him that Levi's in the condition he is. Jean tells Mikasa, we need to give up on Eren. I mean, he's made his choice. Now we need to make ours. And Levi's like, there are so many things I wanted to say to this idiot, but we have to make this choice to kill him. So I can't because of what's happened. We need to make a choice, and we need to make it now. It's a heartbreaking decision, which Mikasa has to go along with, but you can't help but feel bad for her. Feel bad for all of them, because it breaks their heart to make this decision that they have to kill their friend that they've known for years and years. But in order to save humanity, it's a decision that they have to make. It's really sad, but really eye-opening to see. So while flying on Falco, the scouts have a plan, which you don't find out for a few minutes later, in which Reina jumps off of Falco and turns into the Armored Titan again, and it's really cool because he's taking on this entire army of Warhammer Titans by himself, and then at one point he's like, Jean, do it now! And then you got Jean going through on his ODM gear, going through all these Titans attacking him on Eren's body, and then what's awesome is that he frees Peak frees herself, and it's awesome because now we got Jean, Reina, and Peak all fighting these Warhammer Titans and Jaw Titans, and Peak is really cool. Like, I didn't know she was so strong, but second after second she's appearing in her Titan form, then disappearing out of her Titan form, then appearing again and killing all these Titans. It is really awesome. And they're hoping to give Jean the opening he can have to be able to blow the dynamite that'll finally blow the nape of Eren's neck. It's a super awesome battle. Now at this point on Falco, we got Mikasa, Connie, Levi, and Annie. And Gabi. And we have Annie and Mikasa talking about which Titan captured Armin, which they added a bit of humor at this point, which I'm glad they did. I mean, Annie asked Mikasa which is the Titan that captured Armin, and Mikasa goes, it's the frog bowl beast hop thingy. And Annie's just like, okay, what? I need a good exploration of this, what you're talking about. And Mika's like, I just told you! And Connie's like, it's over there! It's the Okapi that just jumped! And then you got Annie who goes, what the hell is an Okapi? It's a good amount of humor and I loved it. Anyway, after finding the Titan that captured Armin, Mikasa jumps off Falco to go after him, in which Gabi readies the gun to blast the Titan, and Mikasa is going her way through these other Titans on Armin's back, which eventually she is stopped by one of the Titans, and before she's killed, we get Annie's time to shine. She jumps off Falco's back and transforms into the female, and it's awesome because she just starts kicking ass, making her way to form a path that Mikasa can get through to get to the Okapi that's holding Armin hostage, which is really cool. And once Mikasa finally finds the Titan again, she's making her way to it, and the eyes in the sky, Gabi, she shoots the Titan, which gives Mikasa an opening, and slashes it, and we finally get Armin released from the Titan that captured him, which was really cool. I need to cover, though, what happened behind the scenes, what's happening on the outside. Armin's having his own experience on the inside. I mean, even though he was captured by a Titan, he's not really in the stomach of a Titan. Instead, he's back in the paths. And when he is in the paths, we run into an old friend again, which is Eren's brother Zeke. During this time, Zeke does tell Armin about Ymir's life, how she served King Fritz, and how Eren was able to figure out what Ymir wanted in her life while he never was able to. That's why Eren was able to convince Ymir to join him in his quest instead of Ymir aiding Zeke in his quest. And Armin's just having his own thought that there may be things in life that they each are just born to do. Like when he was a kid, him, Eren and Mikasa, they would always run up to a tree, and maybe that's just the reason they were born, to have fun, to enjoy life together. And Zeke has his own inspiration of life. Maybe he was born just to play catch in Marley with Mr. Xaver. It's actually a really sweet point that they're trying to come across, that each of us born in life, no matter how small it may be, there just may be one reason that each of us may be born. It may just be to play catch with someone or to take care of people, but there's a purpose for each of us to be born. It's really kind of something to think about, which I thought was really cool that Isayama went into that detail. It was kind of eye-opening, in my opinion. Anyway, when Zeke and Armin figure this out, that's when other past Titan holders come. I mean, we get to see Bertolt again, we get to see Ymir again, like from seasons 1 and 2, that Ymir. We also get to see Porco and Marcel, and Mr. Xaver and Zeke's dad. And it's crazy because even though we see them, and they never talk, sadly, like, they never have conversations with Zeke or Armin, but it's awesome because these two, Zeke and Armin, are like, we've taken so much from you, and we have no right to ask this of any of you, but please, please help us. And which they agreed to, because on the outside, Ymir's conjurations of, like, the Colossal Titan and the Jaw Titan, the Scouts are losing in this fight, and then they're like the Colossal starts fighting against the other Titans that Ymir is controlling, and that's when Armin explains that it's the past Titan holders that have gained control of their Titans, and they're using them to fight on the Scout side. It's awesome, because now the Scouts finally have a fighting chance, while the whole time they were losing. Surprisingly, Levi killing Zeke was actually kind of sad. Like, Zeke didn't really help fight against the Titans. Well, I guess he did it in his own way, but he gives himself up to Levi. Like, before he's looking around saying he wished he realized that the world was this beautiful before making the choices he did and killing so many people. And then he just willingly closes his eyes, and that's when Levi cuts his head off. It's kind of a sad moment, but it's awesome that Levi finally accomplished his mission, which took 5 years to finally finish the mission that was given to him by Erwin Smith. But he finally finished it. So, the battle is finally starting to turn in the Scouts' favor. I mean, we got other past Titan holders fighting on the Scout side. We got Levi that finally accomplished his mission. Zeke is dead, which was a crucial blow for the Scouts and a harmful blow to Eren. Man, it's awesome. Finally, Jean has the opportunity to go through those Titans once again and to grab the detonator, and he has hesitation in doing this, but he does it. He blows the dynamite finally and blows the nape of Eren, causing the Colossal Titans, severing the connection between Eren and Ymir, and causing the Colossal Titans to finally stop in their path from destroying humanity, which is a big, big score for the Scout, which was awesome. The living creature, though, is not willing to give up that easily. Like, the creature I'm talking about is the thing that Ymir met that turned her into the Founding Titan. It releases a gas similar to the gas that Zeke used to turn the, Connie's mother and the people of his village into Titans. It releases that gas, and so we get other people turning into Titans that are around that area. Like Jean and Connie and Gavi, they're all turning into Titans, which is cool to see, but at the same time kind of crazy. And the creature is using this as its own little army to go against Rhina and Annie. And then, well, as it tries to connect back to Eren, which Rhina holds back it, he's fighting all these Titans and this bug at the same time, when Armin's just like, alright Eren, you wanted war, you got a war. And he transforms into the Colossal. So while Rhina's holding back all these mini Titans, we got another fight between the Colossal and the Founding/Attack Titan, which is really cool to see. Really awesome, I loved it. Now, we have Mikasa's turn to shine. And before she acts, she has one last thought of what it would have been like to live with Eren. She has a vision, if you will. If they had to run away from all of this, they would just live in the woods together. Eren would spend his last 4 years, which would be like 4 years in heaven with Mikasa, the man she loves. And they would just be happy. And Mikasa has that vision. And in that vision, Eren just says, let her go. Let him go. And with those words, Mikasa finally dons her red scarf one more time, realizes that Eren is in the mouth of the attack Founding Titan, and we get an amazing action scene of her and Levi and Connie all helping her make her way inside the mouth of Eren, like fighting the way through other Titans and debris and stuff, until she can finally make her way inside the mouth. And seeing Eren's head, the two friends/lovers look at each other in the eye, and they both know what they have to do. And that is when Mikasa lands the final blow and cuts the head off Eren Yeager. After cutting off the head of Eren, Mikasa just says, I'll see you later, Eren. And we get what we wanted to see all the way through Season 2. You know, in Season 2, when it seems Eren and Mikasa are going to die, and then Mikasa explains her feelings she has for Eren, and she's about to kiss him. Well, we finally get their kiss in the finale. I wish this was in theaters or I was watching it with other people to see if people would cheer or not, but I know I was happy to see it. Anyway, after seeing this, that Mikasa was willing to kill the man she loves to save the world, that's when Ymir decides to end it. She takes away the powers of the Titans, and yeah, the war's over. It's pretty crazy. After this bit, with what Ymir has done, we get almost, I think it's like in the paths again, except it's with a young Armin and Eren. And Armin says, I know what you had to do, but did you really have to beat me up like you did? Like, remember the scene when Eren beats the shit out of Armin in the beginning of Season 4? That's what I'm talking about. Anyway, Eren's just saying that he did what he had to do to push them away because he cared about them. And what I kind of was disappointed is that this is like the time that Eren's not being an asshole. Like, all through Season 4, we got Eren being an asshole. Except, at this point, He's actually being his normal self, which is a kind person. Which was kind of disappointing. But it's awesome because we get these clips of Eren and Armin growing up. They're exploring the world together. Like, there's a scene where they go see volcanoes together while they're talking about life. Like, it was because of Mikasa's love for Eren that she was able to put that aside and to be able to kill him. And that was proof that she loved him, yet she was able to overcome it, which was able to bring that around to Ymir to realize that love does conquer all, and that's what made her change her mind about people. It's really sad, but really cool. What made me cry, I'm gonna be honest right now though. What made me really cry is that it's back when Eren and Armin are back to the original age they are in the manga, in what this episode took place in what age they are. And they're talking about, Armin gives Eren a seashell. And he says, "This was always at your feet. You were just looking in the distance. You never noticed it." And he's like, "Thank you, Eren, for showing me outside the walls. Thank you for all you've done for me, giving me the courage to actually stand up and take charge." And he says, "We're always gonna be together. You may have destroyed 80% of humanity, but so did I in failing to stop you from doing it. And because of that, we're going to hell together." And they just have this heartwarming embrace. These two best friends just saying goodbye. Like, in my opinion, it was just as sad as Return of the King when Frodo and Sam are saying goodbye at the Grey Havens, but it's Attack on Titan, Eren and Armin saying goodbye through a really sad hug. It's heartbreaking, it made me cry, but it was so beautiful and I loved it. Just beautiful. So cool. Then we get to how things are after the war. And I believe we get all these spirits. Like, it wasn't in their minds. These were actually there. Like, we get Levi, he's resting against a rock, just resting. And then he looks up, and we see Hanji and Erwin and Petra and Mickey. All these past scouts that were killed. And Levi's just like, "Were you watching this whole time? This is what you dedicated your hearts for." And they give the famous scout salute, and Levi gives it back, and that's when they vanish. And this was the first time that we actually see Levi Ackerman cry, which is heartbreaking because he has lost so much. At young age, he lost his mother. His uncle took care of him for a while, abandoned him, then his uncle died, he lost his best friend. He had to kill basically a friend that was like a younger brother to him. He has been through so much, he lost so much, we were expecting him to cry so many times, but it wasn't until then, which is heartwarming, yet also sad. But I loved it. So, the war is over. And we get a wrap-up of what's been happening. It's been 7 years. So now we got Armin, Annie, Peek, Jean, Connie, Rhina. They're all on the ship, and what they're doing is they're peace ambassadors between Parody and Marley, because they've killed Eren, which was the person apparently a lot of Eldians looked up to. And then we got Levi's story. He has left Parody Island, and now he lives on Marley Island. We only see him handing out candy to kids. But if you do read into his backstory, his dream is to open up a tea shop of his own. And I believe he can do it. I mean, he's missing 2 fingers and an eye, but if anything can do it, Levi can. Anyway, we get the last shot of the person that we need to see, which is Mikasa Ackerman, which is by the grave of Eren on the tree on the hill. this scene was sad but beautiful at the same time. We got Mikasa, who says that there will be a bunch of people coming to see you, Eren. Are you excited for it? And then she remembers all the times that she had up there when her and Eren were kids, racing up there with Armin. And that's when she just breaks into tears, saying she wishes that she could see Eren again. And a bird appears in front of Mikasa and wraps the end of her red scarf over her shoulder. And she's like, "Thank you for wrapping the scarf around me, Eren." And the bird flies off. Which I believe was a reincarnation of Eren, which was awesome. That's how we get the ending. It's crazy. The main story, that's how it ends. But we also get a post-credit scene of, we get like a time lapse of time passing, like cities being built, things like that. And then after a certain time, we get a hiker going through these ruins. And then he runs across a tree which looks very similar to the tree that Ymir ran into, where she met the creature that turned her into the Founding Titan. So, I don't know if the whole thing is gonna start over again, just with a different person, but I thought it was kind of weird, like, is Isayama gonna end this anime on a loop? But I don't know. If you know that ending, just leave a comment, because I was kind of confused, honestly. But it was a really good ending. I enjoyed it. So that is the end of Attack on Titan. Arigatou gozaimasu, Hajime Isayama. Such a great anime. You did an amazing job, brother. So good. I love your characters. I love the story to it. Oh man, made me laugh, made me cry. It was perfect. Anyway guys, that is the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. If you love Attack on Titan like I do, please give the video a thumbs up, subscribe. Also, leave a comment down below of who your favorite character was. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. Have a good day.